we're on to our second set between Harmony and Joey. From the looks of things, somehow, even though I shit on Harmony's team, it looks infinitely better than whatever the hell Joey has been bringing. Because, okay, I'll tell you what I know of Joey's mons, which, for one, isn't a lot, but for two, okay, I know Globro is probably going to be Trick Room based on this team because I am assuming that this team wants to function within Trick Room because otherwise, why are you bringing camera up? I feel like the camera up is probably could have want to click eruption within the Trick Room. For the life of me, I cannot tell you at the top of my head what camera up speed tier is. I know it's slow. I don't know exactly how slow, and if it can out slow the things in Harmony's team. I presume it actually can because these stuff are like very middling speed. Besides, like I think Hariyama is like base 50, and I feel like camera up should be slower than that. So I do think that Joey is taking into account that Harmony's team does kind of want to set up Trick Room and has decided to instead, for the most part, out slow it. So it probably has a slow Globro, which is offensive, maybe has quick draw, quick claw, quick draw to just be able to move first randomly for like a 30% chance with those two things. The Fable could either be follow me or it could be its own like setup offensive set. And on top is just existing for fake out. Shrudo, God forbid if I know what Shrudo is doing here. I know it has Prankster. I do believe it has Encore, Parting Shot, but I'm very curious to know what the hell it's doing here. Same with Electrode. Electrode, most of the time I see it just doing like either Discharge or like Electro Web, but I don't think this team is really benefiting from Electro Web or Discharge, so I'm very curious to know what the idea behind the Electric Hisui is, and Kermit probably just gonna be Eruption. Harmony is very clear what her game plan was from the draft itself. It's Trick Room with um certain like middling tier abusers. It's just gonna look to um overwhelm with just the raw stats. Um I do think that it's possible that for Harmony, you might not even need to set up Trick Room because you can see on average, I think the Mons on Harmony's team might just outspeed the Mons on Joey's. So I think the prerogative should be on Joey to set up the Trick Room himself. As for the Terra types, yeah, Fire on camera up is a notable one because I do think it wants to spam the eruption, Terra eruption within the Trick Room itself. There's very few resists for this um, toxicity, which I am concerned about because it could be spamming Boom Burst next to Telepathy or Guru, which can instruct it, and that could easily bowl over Joey's team if unprepared. Yeah, otherwise, the other interesting one, I guess, would be Terra Ice on Hariyama. Not exactly sure what that's for, and I don't think that will ever come into play. Maybe it's for something that Joey didn't end up bringing. Yeah, just happened to turn one to see Shrudo Hitmontop. Seems like a very passive lead from Joey because Strudel is probably not going to do any relevant damage, and him on top is Intimidate plus Fake Out, I presume. So I'm just not exactly sure what this aims to be doing. I presume that him on top is just going to fake out the toxicity because that's the main offensive threat here. So if Harmony just decides to just click like Boom Burst Instruct, it's going to have a really awkward time. And also, if Hermitop's clicking fake out. I don't know what Shooter's clicking, so I don't think that's the worst case scenario. But Harmony really should just be clicking psychic move onto either one of these guys and use toxicity just attack. So yeah, fake out toxicity is suspected. Nasty plot Strudel. And yeah, Orangu does indeed click psychic. Oh, it's nasty plot plus baton pass. And it's not telepathy? A symbiosis. I don't just okay. First of all, if you're gonna be running Boom Burst, you 1000% should be running like you should be running telepathy. Like I get that like it's nice because you pass your throat you use up the throat spray so that like give an item over to the toxicity. but like you're just damaging your own arm groove for fun, and it means that you're so much less likely to be able to click instruct next to it because you're gonna be boom bursting, you're gonna get a special attack raise, and then you're gonna be boom bursting again, and your groove is probably just gonna be able to kill itself. So I'm not a fan of that choice. The crit on Joe Run probably didn't matter because like it's a 4 times effective move and toxicity isn't very bulky. But yeah, like that's I would say that's Harmony's main offensive threat down without much to show for it. I mean, maybe there is some to show for it, like Slowbro's almost did already. But yeah, that's confusing. The Fable comes in probably to redirect stuff away from the Slowbro, which is really low. Our Guru does set the Trick Room, which confuses me because Slowbro just outspeeds everything in the Trick Room. So I don't know why it's being set up here. So you see, yeah, Slowbro does get to move first. Poisons with the Shell Side Arm. Manages to pick up the KO anyways because it's a spread move. Why was Instruct used on the Clefable?
Yeah,
Follow
follow
me.
me.
Oh, right. Oh my god, that's I've not seen that interaction ever. Probably because I don't really see Oranguru being used all too much, but yeah, that is a very funny interaction that it just ends up instructing the follow. Okay. Heaven Top does Terra now, which feels a bit late for it to be Terraing. Fake onto the Clefable, Heaven Top. Those comments in Oranguru. Okay, Trick Room has run out, and we do see that. Unless Clefable, maybe Clefable did use Follow Me, which is why it moved first, but it does seem like the hit on top might be the first to move outside the Trick Room, which spells not so good news for. Actually, I want to say it doesn't spell too good news for Harmony, but if Hariyama is able to take out the Clefable, it should just beat him on top naturally. So yeah, Unguru goes down. I think Clefable might move next. Yeah, Moonblast doesn't even do half to Hariyama. Hariyama is able to pick off the Clefable, which means it should live. Never mind. Hitmontop's a lot. Either Hitmontop's a lot stronger than I thought, or it's Assault Vest Hariyama for Clefable. Because I was thinking like either this Hariyama is like super like bulky trained, he would be taking that little from Moonblast, or probably it's just Assault Vest. So yeah, Joey picks up game one with Sash, Nasty Plot, Baton Posh, Yeah, I think I'm not sure quite sure what to make out of this game. I do think that I think it's really unfortunate that the toxicity just got instantly picked off by the Hitmontop. But also I think it's just really awkward. In fact that like the team doesn't quite work out very well because um normally you want the instructor to go right after the mon that just attacks. But I think the Hitmontop does outspeed the Orange Guru, which makes that interaction just a lot more awkward. As for adaptation, I don't know if Joey needs to adapt. I mean, that game plan seemed to work just fine. The Slowbro plus the Fable and the Hitmontop. I think those three are just mons that he should bring. And the fourth mon, I don't know if I like the Trudeau. I think the camera could come, but these three mons are just not insane anyways. It doesn't look like any of them do anything crazy. So if he does bring Trudeau again, I wouldn't be surprised. As for Harmony, I think that she just needs to figure out a better way of protecting her mons. She doesn't really have free direction, so perhaps the idea is just like to be able to focus down something that is able to threaten toxicity immediately. So being able to kill the head on top of maybe like one of her fairy types, the psychic type, or the flying types. Basically anything just to take out the hem on top ASAP so toxicity is better able to do its thing. So game one, Electro Hisui does end up being brought now. Oh, I just realized. Okay, Electro Hisui might have been brought because of all the sound moves that Toxicity has, because it has soundproof. So Electro could be a quote unquote counter to the normal stuff Toxicity wants to do. It also does matter that Toxicity is a poison type though, so it's probably not going to be running Sludge Wave because it's not telepathy or Groove, but it could easily be running Sludge Bomb to be able to actually touch the Electrode. So Honchko does come up with Toxicity, which is a bit scary for Joey because both these guys are very threatening mons. Although the Electrode could just fry the Honchko with an electric move, and the Honchko is just Terra Dark. So I do expect like Harmony, if she has protect on both these mons, to just double protect, scout up to fake out. But we'll see. Protect from Honchko, Electro Web. So maybe Toxicity doesn't have protect, and it just gets taken out instantly. Yeah. Uh, that's a very smart play from Joey to just not use fake out, expecting to protect, but I do think that from this position, it's really hard for Harmony to do anything. And there's the quick draw, as mentioned. Fake out. I mean, Mach Punch finishes off the Haunch Curl. Terra Blast does do a lot to him on top, but I think by the point in time in this game, it's looking pretty over. Terra Blast finishes off to him on top, but it's already got plenty of value, taken out the main offensive threats from Harmony. Sometimes he does do a lot, but Psyshock finishes off. Psyshock does completely ignore the Assault Vest, not that I think Psychic would have not been able to finish off the Hariyama from that range, but yeah. All in all, pretty clean from Joey and pretty. I think the issue is, I mean, prep wise, I think it's very confusing why this guy is symbiosis instead of telepathy, but I do think that the Harmony failures were mostly in play. I think Joey just completely outplayed Harmony, and so I'm not even sure what I would do to advise Harmony do better outside of just play better. Be more aware of like certain sequences, like if she needs to protect Toxicity, and she already has seen Joel run on top Ulco it, but not Ulco it, but kill it from like 85%. She should be pretty aware that that could happen again, especially with Electro Hisui. And I did say that like I didn't think the Electro weapon, the Hisui Electro would do anything, but it surprisingly actually worked out specifically for the hit one top. So I'll eat my words. But yeah, that's this series done. On to the next one.